What is going on, YouTube? PPS here, YouTube play of the day time. We're coming at you guys. It is Dinger Tuesday. Obviously, we love having this slate up. We'll have 2 home run picks to go along with 2 plays for today's slate. Let's get into last night's games. Did get some profit, luckily. Nationals did not even score in the first 5. They ended up coming back, making it a little bit more competitive, but still not really where you want to see a Nationals team against Carl Kaufman, who's I don't even think big league material yet. Luckily for us, the Cardinals came through 1.5 units. I ended up playing for 2 later in the night just because this spot really stood out to me personally. And obviously, I came through. It was pretty easy there. So that moves us up to 35.28, 6.73 units. We get about 0.4-ish units, 0.42. So excited to get into it today and keep it rolling. And we will get it going here. First play can be a little different. I haven't played this guy much. But I'm going to Ahmed Rosario today against the Kansas City Royals. He is facing off against Zach Greinke. And let's get into why I like this spot. Obviously, Greinke, I talk about his home road splits always. They are on the road in Cleveland today. 7.42 ERA on the road so far this season. On the road, he has just been getting hit around by lefties, righties. Slugging percentage against lefties, 635. Overall on the road, it's 520. I understand Greinke's a little bit better versus righties, but that doesn't really scare me too much on this Ahmed Rosario spot. Rosario so far this year, just against the Royals, he's batting 324. At home so far this year, he's batting 314, 463 slugging, OPS around 825. Also, last 7 days, he's batting 300, right? We have a fantastic matchup here. I like this spot a lot because I assume Jose Ramirez is going to be pitched very cautiously. And if they don't, obviously I expect Rosario to be on base for him there. He just went through 4 last night. Expect that. You have the chances with Stephen Kwan on base, right? You have the opportunities for RBIs with Stephen Kwan being able to steal on Greinke at will, right? I mean, a lot of people are able to steal on Greinke with that leg kick. I know he's given. I don't know his exact numbers on giving up, but I know he has given up some this year. You have that. You have the opportunity to drive guys in. You still got Josh Bell and Naylor behind him to hopefully drive him in on either a walk or anything like that where he's able to get on base. Rosario obviously crushed this last night. They're at home. I love this spot, fading Greinke just because his home road splits are so crazy. And obviously Rosario smashes at home. This is a DraftKings line, guys, so let me pull this up for you. Plus 125, a little bit better than the Jose Ramirez line. I'm assuming it's because I just think he's going to be walked. But Ahmed Rosario, plus 120 right there to get us to over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Let's get to play number 2, guys. I'm pulling it up over on FanDuel right now. And it's going to be CJ Abrams to record a hit and Blake Snell to record 7 strikeouts today. And let's pull that up here, minus 119. CJ Abrams has been nothing short of phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I talk about him all the time, guys, because I have him in fantasy. I talk about him all the time. He's been awesome, absolutely awesome. Hopefully he continues it here. But really why I like this spot, outside of the Rockies bullpen being absolute ass, Austin Gomber cannot get out lefties. He really can't. 367 batting average against 722 slugging. On the road versus lefties, he is still bad. On the road versus lefties, 366 average, 805 slugging. That's actually worse than when he's at home, right? So I love CJ Abrams. He continues to produce and do everything that we expected from him as being as highly of a touted prospect as he has been. Obviously, last night, double to start the game off, hit a homer, two games back prior to that, homer in a game after that, right? I mean, this dude is swiping bases, hitting homers, everything that you'd want from a leadoff guy. He's been fantastic since moving into that spot. So fading Gomber with a lefty at the top of the order, definitely something on my list. And then Blake Snell, obviously Blake Snell has been lights out outside of that last start. Walk rate is terrible. We know that. It's 13%, but has a 2.67 ERA, 31.6% strikeout rate. He's been great there. Outside of that blow-up start where he had 6 walks, he hit this in 8 straight games prior to that. swing and miss stuff is there. You have a team in the Pirates who strike out 26% of the time. I think we could definitely do worse than rolling with Blake Snell on this slate, just because this dude is it's the same thing we talk about with Kopech, just he's a way better version, right? Where you have a guy who has the three outcomes, right? Home run, strikeout, or walk. That's really what you're going to get from him. And I really like Blake Snell in this matchup against the Pirates tonight, and hopefully continue his steady play along here, and obviously get better than that last one, because last one was a little rough. But those are our two plays there. CJ Abrams, Snell, -119. Rosario. I always have to have a play with plus money, guys. Can't really have two juiced up plays there. So +125 there. Now we're on to home run picks. You guys know I only play these for half a unit, so just keep that in mind. Both of them, same price. Both of them on FanDuel. I'm going Christian Walker, Freddie Freeman. Let's talk about Christian Walker a little bit here first. This is more of a fade on Steven Matz. Steven Matz, so far this year, has given up 8 home runs, 2 right-handed bats. We saw Christian Walker go yard yesterday, which obviously makes me feel a little bit better. Seeing him kind of get back into form. Had 2 fantastic hits late in that game where he just kind of slapped that ball to right field. Looked really, really good. Had great at-bats against 102 in Jordan Hicks. I think that this is a great spot for him facing off against Matz. Matz, when you take a look at his splits, like I said, 5.49 ERA on the road, but also a 4.67 slugging to righties so far this year on the road versus righties, 3.20, 4.69 slug. I love Christian Walker tonight. He is going to be one of my favorite picks of the night there. But what I want to talk about here again is fading Chris Bassett on the road, right? He's in LA. This is not a spot I want to roll with him. He's been fantastic at home. I've been backing him every home start, fading him every road start. 563 slugging on the road so far this year, 535 slugging to lefties overall this season. Just a terrible matchup for him. Muncy's a little bit too cheap at +290, I'm seeing. Freeman at +450 seems criminal, seeing as he's going to be at the top of this order as a lefty against a guy who can't get lefties out, and especially a guy who struggles on the road. So love Christian Walker, love Freddie Freeman, CJ Abrams, Snell, and Rosario to get it done for us today. Love this slate. Love this action we have today. I will be at the Brewers game tonight, guys. Heads up. I know I tell you guys that every time. Just heads up, 5-1. Great matchup. Abbott, Burns. I will be there. Really excited to get it done and hopefully win a couple more games here on this homestand that the Brewers have here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in again for our YouTube Play of the Day videos, especially on our Dinger Tuesday, because it's a little bit bigger and a little longer video here. So if you could hit that like button, I really appreciate it. 8-2 run over these last 5 videos. Still trying to push our way to double-digit profit in units, and hopefully we can do that today. So have a good one, guys. Best of luck, and I will see you tomorrow.